Hello, I'm David Puttnam, and among other things, I'm Ireland's National Digital Champion. And as such, I'm obviously a passionate advocate of the new world and the opportunities that exist in learning. And nowhere can these have a more profound effect than in the whole area of disability, various forms of disability, where technology is making a serious difference to people's lives. People are being able to do things that frankly were inconceivable 20, 30 years ago. Last week, I launched the virtual community college for An Kosan, which was a fantastic experience, enabling people to actually get learning opportunities, particularly wherever it is they're living, i.e. the learning world is reaching out to them, not simply them having to go to some learning centre, which may or may not be convenient, and certainly with people with disabilities can be quite impossible. For years prior to that, I was the Chancellor of the Open University. Again, we had similar ambitions, reaching out to people with disabilities and ensuring that they did not feel disadvantaged when it came to learning. Every single year, when I did the series of graduation events in London, Belfast, wherever it would be, Dublin, around the country, every year, and lots of people would cross the stage in wheelchairs or assisted, collecting their degrees and certificates. It was part and parcel of my job, a very enjoyable part of my job, but what was very interesting was the extraordinary warmth of applause that those people in particular would receive from what were pretty packed audiences. So this is a world that I've been involved in for a while. I do absolutely believe in the power of technologies to enable people's lives in ways that are previously unimaginable. But I want to tell you one story. In a sense, I'm a storyteller. So here's a narrative, a true narrative. About 20 years ago, in fact a little over, 1995, I was invited to become one of the inaugural members of a panel basically making grants based on lottery proceeds. The lottery had just started in the UK. It was split up into different panels, and I was asked to sit on the arts panel. Among my colleagues there was a marvellous man called Paddy Macefield. Paddy was profoundly disabled, and he in a sense was the disability champion on that panel. And for the first year, maybe 18 months, if I'm honest, I found Paddy's interventions a bit of a pain in the arse, because he would consistently say, well, you can't build that building or you can't do that project because the disability access issues haven't been properly addressed. And often addressing those disability access issues were the difference between basically making something affordable or not. But Paddy was obdurate. Unless that disability box got ticked, it just didn't happen. And suddenly I began to understand what he was about. Because in the end, of course, you stored up enough opportunities and enough projects, things did become possible. Money was found to create access to areas that had previously been impossible. And Paddy's sheer obduracy began to pay off. And I became an enormous admirer of Paddy Macefield. I understood that you do not achieve the things you need to achieve by going along. You don't achieve them by compromising. You don't achieve them by saying, okay, we'll just wait, or I'm sure it would be okay in a few years' time. You do it by being, actually, I can't think of a better word, stubborn. Paddy was stubborn as hell. And as a result, almost all the institutions in the UK involved in the arts are fully accessible for the disabled. If only the same were true for football grounds. The Premier League is a particularly disgraceful example of where the law, frankly, has been ignored. So am I a fan of the use of assistive technology in making the lives of the disabled easier? You bet I am. Do I believe it's going to be easy? No. Do I believe that you're going to be remarkably stubborn and determined to achieve what is potentially there to achieve? That is to say, vastly improved lives for many, many, many thousands of people. Yeah, all of that's achievable, but it won't be achieved easily, and it won't be achieved without initiatives such as this and the type of determination that it will help to drive through. Thanks very much for listening to me. I'm sorry I banged on a little bit, but I think Paddy Macefield, who is sadly not with us, is well worth remembering as a fantastic example of a man who got things done simply because he wouldn't allow the world to carry on as it was. Good luck to you.